Shakespeare's Histories, The King's Shadow, Episode 12. King Henry V of England has claimed the French crown through his great-great-grandmother, Isabella of France, mother to Edward III. He has led an army across the sea in order to subjugate the French people. The English are decidedly victorious at the Battle of Agincourt, and the French are demoralized. Henry sees his dreams of glory coming true. He is the conquering hero, securing the Lancastrian throne and England's supremacy forever.
Oh, that we might read the book of fate, see the revolution of our time, ere the continent melt itself into the sea.
Vouchsafe to those that do not know the story, that I may prompt them.
Now we bear the king toward Calais.
Grant him there.
There seen, heave him away upon your winged thoughts athwart the sea. Behold, the English beach hails in the flood with men, wives, and boys, whose shouts and claps outvoice the deep-mouthed sea,
Which, like a mighty whiffler for the king,
seems to prepare his way,
so let him land.
and solemnly see him set on to London,
where that his lords desire him to have borne his bruised helmet and his bended sword before him through the city.
He forbids it, being free from vainness and self-glorious pride, giving full trophy, signal, and ostent quite from himself to God.
But now behold, how London doth pour out her citizens.
How many did the peaceful city quit to welcome him? Now in London place him,
And omit all the occurrences, whatever chanced.
till Harry's back return again to France.
The victory at Agincourt gives King Henry renewed financial and patriotic support, allowing him to continue his military campaign in France. For 2 years, Henry and his army invade Normandy, adding more French lands to English possession. To prevent Henry from attacking Paris, the French surrender. While awaiting the official ratification of a peace treaty, Henry's army remains encamped in France.
But why wear you your leek today? St. David's Day is past.
There is occasions and causes why and wherefore in all things. The rascally, scald, beggarly, lousy, bragging knave pistol, which you and yourself and all the world know to be no better than a fellow, look you now, of no merits. He has come to me and brings me bread and salt yesterday, look you, and bid me eat my leek. It was in a place where I could not breed no contention with him, but I will be so bold as to wear it in my cap till I see him once again, and then I will tell him a little piece of my desires.
Why, here he comes, swelling like a turkey cock.
'Tis no matter for his swellings, nor his turkey cocks. God bless you, ancient pistol, you scurvy, lousy knave! God bless you!
Ah, art thou bedlam? Dost thou thirst, base Trojan? Hence, I am qualmish at the smell of leek.
Ancient pistol, I would desire you, because it doth not agree with your stomach, and your appetite, and your digestions, to eat this leek.
Not for Cadwallader and all his goats.
There is one goat for you! Will you be so good, scald knave, as eat it?
Base Trojan, thou shalt die!
You say very true, scald knave, when God's will is. I would desire you to live in the meantime and eat this leek.
Enough, Captain. You have astonished him.
I say I will make him eat some part of my leek, and I will beat his pate 4 days! Bite, I pray you.
Must I bite?
Yes, certainly, and I, out of doubt and out of question too, and ambiguities.
By this leek, I will most horribly revenge. Part the cudgel! How dost see I eat?
Much good do you, scald knave, heartily. Nay, pray you throw none away. The skin is good for your broken coxcomb. When you take occasion to see leeks hereafter, I pray you mock at 'em, that is all.
Good.
Aye, leeks is good ancient pistol. Hold you. There is a shilling for you to heal your pate.
All hell shall stir for this.
Go, go. You are a counterfeit, cowardly knave. I have seen you gleeking and galling at this gentleman twice or thrice. You thought because he could not speak English in the native garb, he could not therefore handle an English cudgel. You find it otherwise, and henceforth let a Welsh correction teach you a good English condition. Fare you well.
Doth fortune play the housewife with me now? News have I that my Nell is dead in the hospital of a malady of France, and there my rendezvous is quite cut off. Old do I wax, and from my weary limbs honor is cudgelled. Well, bawd I'll turn, and something lean to cut purse of quick hand. To England will I steal, and there I'll steal, and patches will I get unto these cudgelled scars, and swear I got them in the galley of wars.
King Henry and his lords meet with the French at the Cathedral of Troyes to negotiate an end to hostilities. Henry's demands include Princess Catherine's hand in marriage, and that he be named the French king upon the death of Charles VI, forcing the French royal family to disinherit Louis the Dauphin and his younger brother Charles.
Peace to this meeting wherefore we are met. Unto our brother France, and to our sister, health and fair time of day. Joy and good wishes to our most fair and princely cousin Catherine, and princes French and peers, health to you all.
So happy be the issue, brother England, of this good day and of this gracious meeting, as we are now glad to behold your eyes which hitherto have borne in them against the French that met them in their bent, the fatal balls of murdering basilisks. The venom of such looks, we fairly hope, have lost their quality, and that this day shall change all griefs and quarrels into love.
To cry amen to that, thus we appear.
You English princes all, I do salute you.
With pardon unto both your mightiness, let it not displease you if I demand what rub or what impediment there is, why that the naked, poor, and mangled peace should not in this best garden of the world, our fertile France, put up her lovely visage. Alas, she hath from France too long been chased, and all our vineyards, fallows, meads, and hedges, defective in their natures, grow to wildness.
If you would the peace whose want gives growth to the imperfections which you have cited, you must buy that peace according as we've drawn our articles.
The king hath heard them, to the which as yet there is no answer made.
Well then, the peace which you before so urged lies in his answer.
He has, but with a cursory eye, o'erglanced the articles. Pleaseth your grace to appoint some of your council presently to sit with us once more with better heed to resurvey them. We will suddenly pass our accept and peremptory answer.
Sister, we shall. Go, brother Bedford, and you, brother Gloucester, and take with you free power to ratify, augment, or alter, as your wisdom's best shall see advantageable for our dignity, and we'll consign thereto. Will you, fair sister, go with the princes, or stay here with us?
Our gracious brother, I will go with them. Haply a woman's voice may do some good when articles too nicely urged be stood on.
Yet leave our cousin Catherine here with us. She is our capital demand, comprised within the forerank of our articles.
She hath good leave. Pouvez-vous faire ça, sans moi?
Oui, je suis ta fille.
Oui. Alice, reste là.
Fair Catherine, and most fair, will you vouchsafe to teach a soldier terms such as will enter at a lady's ear, and plead his love-suit to her gentle heart?
Your Majesty shall mock at me. I cannot speak your England.
Oh, fair Catherine, if you will love me soundly with your French heart, I will be glad to hear you confess it brokenly with your English tongue. Do you like me, Kate?
Pardonnez-moi, I cannot tell what is like me.
An angel is like you, Kate, and you are like an angel.
Oh, bon Dieu. Les langues des hommes blancs sont pleines de tromperies.
What says she, fair one, that the tongues of men are full of deceits?
Oui,
that the tongues of the men's be full of deceits.
Faith, Kate, my wooing is fit for thy understanding. I know no ways to mince it in love, but directly to say, I love you. Marry, if you would put me to verses or to dance for your sake, Kate, why, you undid me. If I could win a lady at leapfrog, or by vaulting into my saddle with my armor on my back, I should quickly leap into a wife. But before God, Kate, I cannot look greenly, nor gasp out my eloquence, nor I have no cunning in protestation. I speak to thee plain soldier. A speaker is but a prater, a rhyme is but a ballad, a good leg will fall, a straight back will stoop, a curled pate will grow bald, a fair face will wither. But a good heart, Kate, is the sun and the moon. Or rather the sun and not the moon, for it shines bright and never changes, but keeps his course truly. If thou would have such a one, take me, and take me, take a soldier, take a soldier, take a king. And what sayest thou then to my love? Speak, my fair, and fairly, I pray thee.
Is it possible that I should love the enemy of France?
No, Kate, it is not possible you should love the enemy of France, Kate, but in loving me, you should love the friend of France. For I love France so well that I will not part with a village of it. I will have it all mine. And, Kate, when France is mine and I am yours, then France is yours and you are mine.
I cannot tell what is that.
No, Kate, I will tell thee in French, which I am sure will hang upon my tongue like a new married wife about her husband's neck, hardly to be shook off. Je compte sur la possession de France, et quand vous avez la possession de moi... Let me see, what then? Saint-Denis be my speed. Dans votre France, et vous êtes mienne. It is as easy for me, Kate, to conquer the kingdom as to speak so much more French. But, Kate, dost thou understand thus much English? Canst thou love me?
I can not tell.
Can any of your neighbors tell, Kate? I'll ask them. Come, I know thou lovest me. And at night, when you come into your closet, you'll question this gentlewoman about me, and I know, Kate, you will, to her, dispraise those parts in me that you love with your heart. If ever thou beest mine, Kate, as I have a saving faith within me tells me thou shalt, I get thee with scambling, and thou must therefore needs prove a good soldier breeder. What sayest thou, my fair fleur-de-lis?
I do not know that.
No, 'tis hereafter to know, but now to promise. How answer you, la plus belle Catherine du monde, mon très cher et divine déesse?
Your Majesty is false French enough to deceive the most sage demoiselle that isn't France.
Now fie upon my false French! By mine honour, in true English, I love thee, Kate. By which honour I dare not swear thou lovest me, yet my blood begins to flatter me that thou dost, notwithstanding the poor and untempering effect of my visage. But in faith, Kate, the elder I wax, the better I shall appear. Thou hast me, if thou hast me, at the worst, and thou shalt wear me, if thou wear me, better and better. And therefore tell me, most fair Catherine, will you have me? Put off your maiden blushes, avouch the thoughts of your heart with the looks of an empress. Take me by the hand, and say, Harry of England, I am thine, which word thou shalt no sooner bless mine ear withal, but I will tell thee aloud, England is thine, Ireland is thine, France is thine, and Henry Plantagenet is thine. Come, your answer in broken music, for thy voice is music, and thy English broken. Wilt thou have me?
That is as it shall please the roi, mon père.
Nay, it will please him well, Kate. It must please him, Kate.
Then it shall also content me.
Upon that I kiss your hand, and I call you my queen.
Laissez, monseigneur. Laissez, ma foi, je ne veux pas que vous abaissez votre grandeur. Et personne ne demande d'une notre Seigneur. À dîner serviture.
Then I will kiss your lips, Kate.
Les dames et demoiselles pour être baissées devant leurs noces, il n'est pas la coutume de France.
Madam, my interpreter, what says she?
That it is not be the fashion pour les ladies of France. I cannot tell. What is baiser in English?
To kiss.
Your Majesté entendre peut-être que moi.
It is not the fashion for the maids in France to kiss before they are married, would she say?
Oui, vraiment.
Oh, Kate. Nice customs curtsy to great kings. Dear Kate, you and I cannot be confined within the weak list of a country's fashion. We are the makers of manners, Kate, and the liberty that follows our places stops the mouth of all fine faults. Therefore, patiently and yielding, you have witchcraft in your lips, Kate. There is more eloquence in a sugar touch of them than in the tongues of a French council, and they should sooner persuade Harry of England than a general petition of monarchs. Here comes your mother.
God save your majesty. My royal cousin, teach you our princess English?
I would have her learn, my fair cousin, how perfectly I love her, and that is good English.
France has granted every article, their daughter first and in sequel all, according to their firm proposed natures.
God, the best maker of all marriages, combine your hearts in one, your realms in one. Of France and England, whose very shores look pale with envy of each other's happiness, may cease their hatred, and this dear conjunction plant neighborhood and Christian-like accord in their sweet bosoms, that never war advance, his bleeding sword twixt England and fair France.
Amen. Now welcome, Kate, and bear me witness all, that here I kiss her as my sovereign queen. Prepare we for our marriage, on which day we'll take your oaths for surety of our leagues. Then will I swear to Kate, and Kate to me, and may our oaths well kept and prosperous be. Thus far with rough and all unable pen, our bending author hath pursued the story, in little room confining mighty men, mangling by starts the full course of their glory.
They came in the night and their ships were as black as the ocean. It was Hawkins, the dread privateer, and all of his crew. They had whips, they had shackles and cannons to serve Gloriana. And they've taken my love to the shores of Hispaniola.
Well, Albion sailors are nothing but thieves on the water. They have riches and gold in great store, but it's none of their own. They have saffron and sumac and rubies to feed Gloriana, as red as the blood of the slaves on Hispaniola.
Small time, but in that small most greatly lived this star of England. Fortune made his sword, by which the world's best garden he achieved, and of it left his son, imperial lord.
A curse on the pious and holy of glorious England. You masters and martyrs attending to Albion's soul. Your vestments and sacraments sanctioned by fair Gloriana. They are washed in the blood of the slaves of Hispaniola.
Henry VI, in infant bands crowned king of France and England, did this king succeed, whose state so many had the managing, but they lost France and made my England bleed.
They came in the night and their ships were as black as the ocean.
It was Hawkins, the dread privateer, and all of his crew. They had whips, they had shackles, and cannons to serve Gloriana.
And they've taken my love to the shores of Hispaniola.
You've been listening to Shakespeare's Histories, Season 1, The King's Shadow, presented by Brave Spirits Theatre. Shakespeare's Histories is directed by Charlene V. Smith.
The recording producer and editor is Patrick Flynn.
With dramaturgy and additional directing by Marshall B. Garrett.
Dramaturgy and additional directing by Claire Kimball.
And dramaturgy by Liam Thomas Daly.
The acting company for Shakespeare's Histories is
Mikey Bannigan,
Zach Brewstergeist,
Jordan Brown,
Dean Carlson,
Jacqueline Chenault,
Gary DuBreuil,
Brianna Good,
Lisa Hill-Corley,
Thomas Howley,
Caroline Johnson,
Brendan Edward Kennedy,
Annette Mooney,
Victoria Reinsel,
Dwayne Richards,
Jillian Riti,
Ian Blackwell Rogers,
Nicole Ruthmarie,
Charlene V. Smith,
John Stang,
Molly E. Thomas,
and Joshua Williams.
The composer and music director is Jordan Friend.
The dialect coach is Jenna Burke.
The production manager for Shakespeare's Histories is Lisa Hill-Corley.
The stage manager is Jen Katz.
The audio recordings of Shakespeare's Histories were made possible through funding from the Nora Roberts Foundation, the City of Alexandria, the Morgan Fund at the Seattle Foundation, the Virginia Commission for the Arts, and the National Endowment for the Arts.
Learn more about Brave Spirits Theatre by visiting our website at www.bravespiritstheatre.com.